Hey, what's going on? It's your boy djTLM. You're watching djTLMtv, and right here I have the Numark PT01 Scratch. Yes, the portable turntable. I've been wanting to have one of these for quite a long time, year and a half, 2 years now. I finally have it here, and if you're not familiar with this unit, this is my introduction / review video, but this is also part 1 in a series that I'll be doing, because in the coming year, I'll be doing all sorts of modifications to this unit. Right now it is in stock condition. That's why I'm doing the introduction now, because I'll definitely be changing some things. But I have to point out right now, even in stock condition, you can have a lot of fun with the unit right here. Let's take a look at the outside first. Now, this is the protective cover. It's plastic, but it definitely feels sturdy. Now, I wouldn't advise dropping this. I think you'll break it for sure, but it definitely feels like it's built well. Plastic with a little bit of weight to it because of the motor, and there is part inside that is aluminum as well. Now over here you have your locking mechanism. If you slide that to the side, you can take the cover off. I'll leave that locked for now. And on the other side, you have your handle. You can use this to carry it around, and I've been walking around with this unit like that. I will be getting a bag for it. You have special bags that are perfectly made. They have a compartment that will fit this, so I will be getting a bag for that, just in case you run into all sorts of weather. I mean, I had to put it in a plastic bag and hold it on the handle to keep it covered. You don't want to do that, so I'm getting that bag in the near future as well. Now let's take a look at the inputs and outputs first. If we go around the unit on this side, you'll find a USB port. You can use that just like with the original PT01 USB to record audio. So you can take vinyl, connect this unit to your computer and record it. So if you still have vinyl that you need to make digital, you can use this player for that. Next to that, you have a gain knob and your input. So if you want to add an external source, so if you want to use this for scratching, you want to scratch over beats, you can hook up an external source, your phone or maybe another type of player, and you can control the volume with the volume knob right there. So you can get a nice balance between the beat and the scratch sounds. Now on this side, we have two headphone connections. So you have your 1/4 and 1/8 inch. So I really like that big one, a small one. And next to that, you have your line out, and that's just a stereo RCA output. Now you can connect this to the socket for power, but of course, if you want to use it portably, you're gonna insert batteries like I have now. It takes 6D batteries, but you also have other options for that, because this is my first pack of batteries. I don't know how long they're gonna last, but I will be looking into different power sources. You have ways to use a power bank with this, and there's also special D battery shelves that can hold AA batteries, rechargeable AA batteries. So I'll be looking into all of those options when I start to do modifications. All right, so let's take a look at this right here. I have to say, this looks very sexy, man. I like the black and red. I really like it a lot. I was thinking about doing like a custom design. I'm not sure anymore. I really like the way this looks. Now, the top part, this is not plastic. This is some sort of aluminum. I think it has a nice black piano type finish. Really like the look of that, especially with the red accents around it. And let's start right here. This is a very thin slip mat. Underneath the platter is plastic and it's pretty wobbly. It works, it gets the job done, but there's definitely room for improvement. That's going to be one of the modifications for sure, because you have some great alternatives on the market. Aluminum alternatives, like heavier alternatives that will definitely improve stability. There's other options as well, how you can modify this and keep the plastic platter, but I want the different platter. I've seen a couple that look really, really good, but this is how it is in stock condition. Over here you have your tone arm and the needle. I have no idea what type of needle this is. I did not look at the specifications. There's probably a name and number for it, but I know that I will be changing this. It's okay, but it's very light and it could use a lot more stability. And again, there are a couple of great alternatives out there. I've even seen one that also allows you to take the tone arm all the way to this side of the platter, and that opens the door for more options as well. But the other options of tone arms also allow you to put different needles on there. So I could put like an Ortofon or maybe like a Shure on there. That's going to improve the stability and sound as well. Over here you have your speaker grill. When it comes to the audio, yes, you have audio on board. Of course, it's a portable turntable. The audio is just not that great. It's not that loud. It's not that good as far as the sound goes. So an external speaker is definitely a must. If you're going outside, you have a little noise around you, you're not going to hear a lot unless you're using your headphones. But if you want to have some sound, you want to bring an external speaker. We'll get back to that in a minute. Over here, you have your little 45 adapter. If you have the 7-inch vinyl that has like the bigger hole in the middle, you need to put this here. This one does not work. I tried it and it's just way too light. As soon as I started to move the vinyl, this just started to move up, and no. But you can find a lot of great alternatives for this, so I will be looking into that as well. This right here, this is what I want to talk about right now. That is the fader switch. This is not a normal crossfader. It's actually not even a fader. It's a switch with a fader knob on top. Now, to me, this brings it back to the days when I was using old mixers that did not have crossfaders. And I think a couple of you will probably remember the time when you did not have a crossfader and you would use your phono line switch to turn the sound on and off. If it's on phono, you could hear the vinyl. If it's on line, you couldn't hear the vinyl. You could move that back and forth, and especially for like transform cuts, you would use that. You can listen to some old hip hop albums and you can actually hear, sometimes you can hear the clicking sound of that switch in the cuts. So it is a switch, but this allows you to do more than a normal switch because of the fader knob, and it actually feels pretty good. But again, you have some great alternatives, actual faders that you can put in the place of this. Now, one cool thing about this fader switch is it is in this position right now, but you could unscrew it and you can change the position of that switch fader to your liking. So if you want to have it in a different position because you want to use a different hand, you can do that. I haven't switched it yet, so I'm currently using it in its stock position, but you do have the option to change that. A couple more things I have to mention. Over here, you have your little switch that allows you to go from 33 to 45 to 78 RPM. And next to that, you have a pitch button. So yes, you can change the pitch just like on a normal turntable. It's just not a pitch slider, pitch fader. It is a knob that'll take it from +10 to -10. So if you have a unit like this in a DJ setup, you can actually use it to mix as well. And it doesn't only hold 7 inches, you could use normal 12-inch vinyl on this player as well. So it is an actual turntable that you could use in all sorts of situations. Next to that, you have EQ. You can change the sound a little bit. It's not that great, but you have the option to take some bass out or add some bass if necessary. And next to that, you have your gain knob to change the volume of the vinyl. So the first thing I did when I got the unit is test it, of course. I only had two 7 inches laying around. One had the big hole, so I used the adapter. That's when I found out that that just does not work at all. Then the other one had like the small hole. That fit perfectly, but I didn't notice that it was definitely not that stable. Because of the platter, because of the light tone arm, it was pretty hard to keep it stable enough to do some cutting. It worked a little bit, but yeah, that's not how you're gonna use it. That's not gonna be a lot of fun. Now, luckily, I already knew about the fact that you can get a ton of scratch breaks, especially for your portable turntable, 7-inch scratch breaks. So the first thing I did when I got one is I ordered that. Shout out to Richie Roughtone. And that came in a couple weeks later. And I got the Practice Your Cuts Serato edition right here. This is double vinyl, so you get 2 copies. On one side, you have your non-skip scratch break. And non-skip basically means that a part of the vinyl has the same sounds going in a loop, and they're placed in a way that if the needle skips, you're still on that same sound. So basically it doesn't skip. You still hear it even if it jumps every now and then. And in this case, it will still jump every now and then. Now you have loops on this one this one was 133 BPM. The other one has loops that are 83 BPM. So that gives you like a nice option. And the other side is Serato with control signal. So if you have a mixer that is Serato certified, so for instance my S9, if I connect this to my S9 and I use the control signal, I can control Serato with my portable turntable, and that opens the door to a whole lot of sounds as well. So that's a great option. But of course, if you're going to use this the portable way, just take this with you. You're not going to connect your laptop and a mixer and all that. You just want to keep it as portable as possible. Now let's check out the sound for a second. Now when it comes to the sound, I have the volume all the way up now.
Hey, yo, breakdown!
That's not that loud. But like I said, you want to have some extra power. So the best thing you could do is find a nice portable speaker. I have a very small one right here, super small. This will fit in my pocket. And let me just connect this right now. Just take the headphone out. There we go. Let's turn that on.
Who's that? Who's that?
Let's get the same sound.
Hey, yo, breakdown!
As you can hear already,
Hey, yo.
you got some more volume already. And this is a very small speaker. I don't know if it's at its loudest already.
Down!
There you go. So that improves the sound a lot, and this is a very small speaker. You can get some very nice portable speakers. Now what you could also do, I connected it with a wire now. You could also use one of those small Bluetooth receivers and use that in combination with a Bluetooth speaker, and then you're not even attaching all these wires. All right, so this is one more setup. This is also pretty portable. Right now I have the speaker not connected to the headphone out, but to the line out. And I have my phone connected right here on this side. Now, there's plenty of apps out there like Looper apps, stuff like that. Maybe you have your own beats, or you can make beats on the spot as well. I don't know if you're familiar with Playground. My son goes nuts with Playground, goes all out making beats live. So I might be doing a session with him and this device right here. I have Machine open. This is something I made, I don't even know when, but I can play it, and now you have a beat, and you can just add right onto that. So that definitely works. Now here's one more thing I didn't show you. The way to start the turntable is by lifting up the tone arm and moving it forward. Old school turntable style, and it stops when you bring it back. Now, pretty cool? No, not really. It can be very annoying. So in this case, I can't get the needle on the vinyl until I get the beat ready. Otherwise, it's already playing. I don't want that. So one of the modifications that I will also be adding is a start-stop button. You got a couple of those around. Pretty easy. Only thing is you have to drill a hole in the top. But after that, the connection is definitely simple. Now, like I said, this is my introduction review video, but it's part one in the series. This is the unit in stock condition with some special vinyl that allows me to have fun. And I can have a lot of fun with this just the way it is right now. I mean, this fits in any pocket. You can put it in your bag. You got your phone on you anyway. Take a couple cables or connect it to Bluetooth, and you're basically good to go. But there's so many things that can make everything a lot better. So let me just go over what I'll be doing that I know right now off the top, and more things might be coming. I'm gonna get a different tone arm. I'm gonna do my research. I know a couple that are available that look nice, so it's gonna be one of those. That different tone arm is gonna give me more stability and will allow me to add different needles, so that's a plus. I'll change the platter. That's one thing that's for sure, to get more stability once again, and I will find an adapter that actually works. I'm gonna get the start-stop button, and I'll be changing the crossfader from this fader switch into an actual crossfader. All of those modifications are available, and all of those are basically plug and play. So you're not gonna have to mess around with circuitry and do all sorts of stuff. You also have modifications that do require you to do that, but if you're not familiar with how to do that, shout out to Mojax, then you might actually ruin your entire turntable. I had to shout him out because that happened to him. Also keep in mind, once you start to do modifications and you change certain things, the warranty is gone, dead. And yeah, that's a risk you have to take, have to be willing to take. I'm definitely willing to take that risk. These units cost no more than $129. I think you might be able to find them even a little bit cheaper sometimes, but it's not the biggest investment. and I feel it's definitely worth it to do those modifications. That's going to cost some more, of course, so I'll be doing some research about that as well. Some things are very cheap, some things are pretty expensive, and I've seen like very expensive options. It doesn't have to be the most expensive top of the line. I have to find what works best for me, and every time I do a modification, I will do another part, and I'll basically show you how I did the modifications and review that mod. When it comes to this turntable right here, the Numark PT01 Scratch, right out of the box, stock condition, is still an incredible lot of fun. I'm really happy, I'm really excited, even if I would do no modifications and I would just use some of this special vinyl or connect it to a mixer and use Serato. But if I take it on the road, just take the scratch brake. I could have loads of fun with this. You could take this anywhere. If you got like a road trip, you could just have this in a bag in the car and break it out whenever. People used to break out the guitar. You can break out the turntable. The portable scene, once again, it's grown over the years. It's become pretty big. You can find a lot of videos online of people going all out with these units, and there's some real innovative things happening as well. So a big shout out to all the developers out there. And some of these aren't even like big brands or brands. Some of these are just people at home figuring out new ways to improve these turntables. I think it's a very inspiring scene. I love to see what's going on there. And I can't wait to do my modifications and take these out to some jams and stuff like that. That is my introduction and review of the Numark PT01 Scratch. If you have any more questions, you can also holler at me in the comments section. More importantly, if you have one of these, let us know in the comment section down below. And if you've done modifications, please let me and the rest know what you did and how it's working out for you, because I've seen a lot of options already, but it's also good to know what you are using, and that might help me and other people out as well. So make sure you share that knowledge. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I do a lot of DJ related videos, so make sure you subscribe and activate notifications so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I'm djTLM, this is djTLMtv. Thanks for watching, see you next time.